Hopefully I've waited long enough. I'm very curious about this lipstick holder. So I could see how this would be a little bit harder to be careful with these molds because it's deep. I didn't heat it, so that's not the issue. So you put your finger in and you pull each one out separately. Kind of looks like some cow udders. There we go. That's pretty cool. Lip pencils and lipstick. How about that? And it's even pretty because the glitter settled at the top and then it's a little less on the sides, so it gives it some extra sparkle. So then you gotta turn it all back inside out again, I guess. Pretty cool. I don't think it's going to last long because of the amount of pulling you have to do to get it to release. But and then here are some more gorgeous peacocks. These are nice and sparkly. Look at that. I went over the edge on here, so I'm going to have to cut some of those out. Little dog tag, dog bone. How cute. This one I'm going to wait till it totally hardens overnight because it'll stay, but it's, you know, kind of a thinner cut out piece, and so we'll wait on this one. So very small. Dog bone. Very sparkly. That one came out super sparkly because I kept adding glitter to it. I'm going to wait on those because they're not totally hard yet. And then there's Hope, Faye, and Love. So there's some turquoise with glitter, iridescent glitter. And then it has some silver added. Way more silver. So one with iridescent, one with iridescent and silver, and more iridescent, and then one with a lot of silver. Some bling bling. So I'll finish unmolding these tomorrow. Okay, time to take this one out. It's been 24 hours. And because this has a lot of see-through areas, I didn't want to remove it prior to 24 hours so that it would be fully cured. And then you kind of have to remove it section by section. But this makes a good insert. And that's the only thing I could it's a very expensive mold, but it's a great insert if you want something totally unique as a mandala. This was from Etsy and it was $50 for the mold. But the video that I made that kind of looked like a peacock inspired bowl, I used this same mandala and embedded it, put it on the bottom of my tray, poured my resin in and all that, and then after it was cured I painted colors on top of the mandala. So you can use it for many different purposes, make something with it. Somebody asked if this would be good for a trivet, like for hot stuff, and so I'm going to experiment with this one and see if it withstands hot temperatures. Counterculture is supposed to be heat resistant to 500 degrees, so I'm going to experiment with this piece and see. This will be my experimental trivet. And then lastly, the earrings, which I had. If you have really thin overflow, it just kind of breaks off on the edges. It just pops right off. So if you don't leave any like really big chunks over the edges of your molds, then it should release from the mold pretty easily, and then you just break off those little tiny pieces along the edge. So there's some sparkly earrings, and so I pulled out my liquid chrome, which I absolutely love this pen, and it literally kind of looks like a mirror. It's really shiny. It'll dry a little, less shiny, but it's pretty darn close. It's the best silver I've ever seen. It is oil-based, and you might pay a little bit more for this paint pen, but it goes a very long way, and it has a very reflective, like it's called, chrome look to it. So I'm just basically doing the edges of this earring. You just shake and you just press it, and it dispenses itself pretty well. You don't have to do a lot of finagling with it. And then I'm gonna, oops, if you go over the edge, you can wipe it off if you do it quick. Just go over the edge, just a tiny bit on the front side, just so you see a little bit of that silver on the edge. Silver edges. I had a few bubbles, so there's some little gaps where the bubbles were, but that's okay. And these are very, very lightweight. And then I use a nickel-free earring, to attach to it for the earring itself. So I'm going to take 2 of these Peacock coasters and use gold like I typically do, and I'm going to make a set with silver. Actually, I'm going to hand paint these with different colors, so I'm going to save 2 of those for that. And then I'm going to do 2 that will have silver instead of gold, just for a change of pace. And I have liquid gold that I love, and I'm going to try liquid silver, which I haven't used this one before. But I got it when I got my liquid gold, and that liquid gold is fabulous, so I'm going to give this liquid silver a try. It's oil-based. It has a little mixing ball in it, so I'm just pouring a little bit in the lid here. I've got a kind of a flat brush, and I'm just going to see how it looks. But I'm going to show you the difference. Here's the silver that I'm using right now, and that's the liquid chrome pen. So you see how those 2 humps right there are much more shiny than the silver. The silver's not bad, but the chrome is just the best. And that is the liquid chrome in my Amazon link, and it's by Molotow. It is the best oil-based point paint pen, but I need it for the grooves of the in between, because you can't get to the grooves with the paint pen when it's especially got a new point to it. It's kind of rounded, so it doesn't go into these crevices real easy. So I'm just going in with the brush and painting in all those little crevices between the plumes of the peacock, and then I can go back around with the liquid chrome pen, do all the edges to where they're shiny. If you have any that goes over the edges when it's oil-based, I just take a little spray of alcohol and it will wipe your paint off right away without having to use paint thinner. You can also use, I'm going to switch to polish remover, acetone. That works quicker when you're trying to get something off fairly quickly. It works a lot quicker than the alcohol. The alcohol is for like instant removal, but if you've let any time kind of go by, then you're going to have to pretty much use acetone or paint thinner to remove it, because it is oil-based. Make sure to get any off your hands or fingers. Sometimes too with oil-based paint, shaking it, but sometimes you almost need to put a stick in that goes all the way down. So this will go all the way down. It's a popsicle stick, but just making sure that you're stirring and there's no residue on the bottom that is in lumps, because that will keep, it'll make the paint thinner at the top and thicker at the bottom. So I'll let these dry well, and then I'll put a silver acrylic paint. I'll brush it on and then wipe it clean, and then the silver will go into all the etchings. And then on these I'm going to do gold and then paint colors onto the peacock to accentuate the peacock body. And I'm waiting on some special paints. I ordered some oil-based model car enamel. I may use that. You could use acrylics, but you're going to have to go back over it with resin. Either way, if you use acrylics or oils, you'll have to recoat it with resin in order to make it heat resistant and to seal it and protect it. Now with the etching, you don't have to reseal it because it's not on the surface, it's only in the etching part, and so your hot items and all will not be affecting the surface at all, because it will still be the resin that it's touching. Either foam grips or magnets. I love the colors on these, so I'm real pleased with that. And for the gold, I just use, I have two different ones in my Amazon link. This is Krylon. I think it's a 2-set one. And then the other one is Decor. I never can remember the name. Decor something or another, but they both do an equally well job. The gold is really about the same look, so you can use either of those paint pens, and they're both oil-based, for your edges. Both paint pens perform very well, so I like them both. And I want to show you one more time the lipstick holder. I don't have lipstick here in my studio, but let's see. The middle is made for, like, probably lip pencils or eye pencils. You could put, you know, something smaller in the middle, but they can hold paint pens, they can hold lipsticks. It is a lipstick holder, but I'm really pleased. I think this is just really, really pretty, and I especially love the glittery top. So these pieces are always available in my Etsy store. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you on the next video. Love you all. Bye-bye.